It seems the entire internet is going, Donald Trump Jr.'s relationship with his fiancée, Kimberly Guilfoyle, might not be going that well. And a lot of people are coming to terms with that. This is just heartbreaking story. And I just want to credit myself for a second here, because this show saw this whole Kimberly Guilfoyle, Donald Trump Jr. split coming from a mile away. Not because I like to get all up in other people's business, not because I want to pry into people's private relationships, but because at one point Donald Trump Jr. brought this strife to everyone's attention publicly on a political show he hosts, and so I was forced to address it. And it yielded a very interesting thing that I'll show you of Donald Trump Jr. insulting his fiancée a while ago. This was probably 9 months ago, maybe. And so now mainstream media, because of an action that's been announced, is reporting on what this show knew very long ago, which is it's not true love. And that's heartbreaking between Donald Trump Jr. and his fiancée of 5 years, Kimberly Guilfoyle. The New York Times reports that amid rumors of a breakup, and I'll show you the video that I'm referring to, Kimberly Guilfoyle is named ambassador to Greece. This is going to be so funny. If you don't know why I'm saying this, if you missed, which you might have missed the video, his language about her being taken off somewhere and going to a different place, he's getting his wish. So maybe that's why he brought it up publicly, was to ask his father publicly to do this. The announcement came as Donald Trump Jr. has been seen with socialite Bettina Anderson in Florida. It was an announcement made amid a swirl of tabloid speculation. Kimberly Guilfoyle, loyalist to President-elect Donald J. Trump, and more poignantly, the fiancé of his son Donald Jr., had been named as his choice to be ambassador to Greece. The timing of the move, early Tuesday evening, would have been unremarkable except for what preceded it. Rumors that President-elect's eldest son was dating a socialite, Bettina Anderson. And this was documented in the British tabloid, the Daily Mail, as the New York Times pointed out. It's not something I covered up until this point, because just photos like this one don't have a lot of relevance to me, other than you can always point out Party of Family Values never does that, but that's been sort of a horse beaten, whatever the phrase is, too much. You know how it goes. I did the beating of the horse too many times, and so I tried to stop beating the dead horse. And then this announcement makes it now a political story, which is that Kimberly Guilfoyle is going to be the the ambassador to Greece. I wonder if Don Jr. is going to go be there with her. Probably not, for reasons that we're about to get into. But first, here is Kimberly Guilfoyle's acceptance. While you're watching this, please do click the subscribe button if you appreciate this show. Sometimes trying to make light of a very dark time, this Trump transition. I'm honored to accept President Trump's nomination to serve as the next ambassador to Greece, and I look forward to earning the support of the U.S. Senate. President Trump's historic victory is bringing hope and optimism to the American people and to freedom-loving allies across the world. Oh, by the way, nepotism too. Oh! Some people might say, Luke, what about Hunter Biden and the pardon? See, that's what is very nice about being principled, is that call-outs of hypocrisy aren't going to work because you've been consistent, and I said that was not something I wanted to see from Biden. I criticized him for it, but we continue. It was the democratic values born in Greece that helped shape the founding of America, and now we have an opportunity to honor that history by bringing better days here at home and abroad. As ambassador, I look forward to delivering on the Trump agenda, supporting our Greek allies, and ushering a new era of peace and prosperity. I'm sure she's going to do it epically. Now, take a mental snapshot of that photo, because that's from an event that we're going to look at a clip just as a bonus thing at the end of the segment, where she delivered a speech that maybe led to Donald Trump Jr. You could show Jaden looking elsewhere for fulfillment in his life. With that being said, to again bring the receipts that I've been on the strife in their relationship story longer than anyone. We uploaded 6 months ago, as you can see here. Visibly distraught Donald Trump Jr. repeatedly insults his fiancée in bizarre podcasts, and one of the things we went through was this compilation in one podcast of what Don Jr. said about his fiancée.
But Kimberly for press secretary, perfect. You know what? That'd be great. She can do like 6 days a week in Washington, D.C. I get peace and quiet. Everyone wins. Don't tell her I said that. That would be trouble. Cash for AG, Kim for press secretary. Yeah, listen, I think Kim for press secretary is a great idea. Okay, I think, she moves up to D.C. I get like 4 years of peace and quiet. Like I said, everyone wins. Everyone wins. But Kimberly is not too wishy-washy. Yeah, that's if there's one thing Kimberly is not, it's that. So Don Jr. sleeping on the couch tonight, fact check, true. But hey, listen, sometimes you sleep on the couch and it's just worth it because it's just worth it. So yeah, if Kim is watching, I'm probably in trouble. If you guys know her, you're probably texting her right now. Hopefully she's not watching. Kim has a great voice. Yeah, Kim's an animal. Like she'd be good at that. She's, like I said, I think she'd do a great job at the job. I get peace and quiet. Everyone wins. You think she's tough? You think I don't have to put up with that shit? I do. That doesn't just turn off, when, you're not on a show or you're not on TV. Kim is a gem. Look at you guys kissing ass. Now you're trying to make me look bad. We can make Kim AG. She's a lawyer. She's an undefeated prosecutor. Again, and I still win because she's in D.C. for 4 years. Come on. Weekends will be great. It's fine.
And they're back to when we hadn't quite figured out the camera situation in the studio, the coloring a little strange there. But where to start? You might think I've probably specified this past times I've played that compilation. We didn't repeat any clips. That was all different moments over the span of only like 20 minutes of a podcast. And he kept saying that, which on one end is strange for obvious reasons, insulting your fiance. But on the other, it's just lazy. Think of a new way to word that joke because you keep repeating it almost verbatim. And then secondarily, and I've pointed this out every time, but it's been a while. My father, just one of the most beautiful relationships you've ever seen in your life. And I've, because of that, heard my dad compliment my mom in so many different ways, right? With the English language, you can think of a lot of compliments. So I've heard a lot of words in a complimentary way used to describe my mother by my father. I have never, and I mean I have never heard the word animal, okay? Which is what Donald Trump Jr. said. She's an animal. It was supposed to be a compliment, not one I'd advise. And we have fun with this every time I play the compilation. And I guess, this is 6 months ago we had a sense of what was going on. Now we have confirmation that he literally got his dad to take her off the grease. And maybe one of the things that pushed him away from her is when she delivered this speech, and it didn't go exactly as she'd hoped.
Taste of victory. Let's taste it again on November 5th. Who's with me? All right. Good evening. America needs who? Say his name. Donald Trump. More than ever. We're out of the White House. Are you with me? To get this country back on track. Has witnessed in the world his resilience. And we lift the American...
You can hear the splitting of someone's steak as they cut it. It's so quiet in there. You can hear the noises.
Worker. We will go to bed at night that feels unrecognizable. I'm here to tell you, don't lose hope. Americans from all walks of life have had enough of the Democrats' decline, and we are ready. We are willing, and we are able to spark a new era of American exceptionalism. You can clap for that.
Ow! Owie! It hurts. It hurts so hard. Maybe that put a wedge between them, because that's something. Few people, just as a rule of thumb, if you're ever public speaking, people will tell you to different strategies to not be as nervous. People will talk about moving your eyes around, but not too much where you look frantic. Don't shift over and over, right? There's all these public speaking advice components. I'd say before any of that, if you hear yourself requesting for the crowd to clap for what you said, gone wrong. Nope, something went wrong, and you need to backtrack, because that's we saw it with Jeb Bush. We saw it here with Kimberly Guilfoyle. It never comes off right. And a really interesting usage of presidential power to help it be easier for your son to part ways with their fiancé, if that's what's happening. Seems to be the speculation. Also, just break up then, right? It's like you're gonna go on and start dating a whole nother person, but you have to pretend just for political reasons that you're still in each other's good graces. Stop. People sometimes don't work out. Maybe some people on the left will give you a hard time for that, but I was about to say I won't. I think that's what I'm doing right now. Shoot. But it's okay. You could do it. Life will go on. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Support the show. Get the members only bonus show by clicking that join button below. And if you're one of the folks who, for some reason, on your app or on the browser, you don't have the join button, that happens randomly. I don't know why. You can get it by clicking the link in the description of this video.